with CRW. Morning, my name is Nathan Poche. I'm with CRW. Joining me today is Rob Chandler.
This week, we have two exciting announcements. First, we have drastically reduced the price of Corr-Ze 100. Second, we are very pleased to announce the release of Corr-Ze 200, which is a revolutionary, game-changing product. Now let me introduce Marlin Lester and Jeremi Day.
How you doing, Marlin?
Pretty good, Jeremy. How are you?
Good. Thanks for joining us today. We wanted to give our live audience an opportunity to hear a little bit from the manufacturer. And with your extensive offshore and onshore experience with asset management as well as contracting, I'd like to ask you a few questions and let our audience in on a little couple of thoughts from the manufacturer side, if you would.
Sounds good.
All right. So with that experience in asset management and contracting, what do you think are the greatest challenges presented to asset owners and contractors this season?
Well, it's some of the age-old problems. The workforce is always going to be a challenge with the skilled workforce. Then you put COVID in the mix, and it becomes very hard to manage that situation.
Absolutely. What do you think you could provide as the manufacturer in your system to help with some of those issues they might face?
Our products help a unpredictable trade to be more predictable. You're able to plan your work accordingly. You know, a good paint foreman comes out, they've got to know the weather, and they've got to watch it to manage it in any facet. With our products, they don't have to be as keen on that. They can see days that the dew point is not correct, the steel temperature is below the dew point, is condensating. They can continue to rough blast. They can maintain their workforce and keep them consistent. Then they can come in and apply our product and knock out large amounts of square footage at one time. Not to mention, this is just the production aspects of the product that reduces cost. Not to mention the quality aspects of reducing contaminants. There are several things that go in with this product.
Yes, sir. And undoubtedly that absolutely helps the owner out when they can, they have the freedom of being able to plan and there's no interruptions like that from the contractor. So that's great. Some in the industry have heard of 200 or a product there like it. Can you explain to the audience how this launch differs from anything they've ever seen?
Yeah, this product came out about 10 years ago. It never really took off because just flat out, Jeremy, it didn't work as advertised. You would apply it on the surface, and in concept it worked great. It had the same attributes, but it didn't take the flexibility away like the product does now, because if it dried out, you had to blast it off. No contractor wants to deal with that.
Way.
They want stuff that makes their life easier. That's the reason it's taken so long on our release. We wouldn't release it until we got it right. It was user-friendly, and it wouldn't create more work.
That's great.
And if the contractor likes it, they're going to use it.
Absolutely.
Bottom line.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Now, how does this system of products differ from what everyone is used to that's out there in the industry in the form of the soluble salt removers and the rust inhibitors that are out there?
Well, first thing, a lot of people don't understand with the one-step products that are on the market, including ours, they don't remove anything. It's the propulsion of aggregate or water that does the removing. The competitors on the market, they deposit on the surface, and we do not. We're clean. But that's still a different animal there. It's by the propulsion and then an additive. This is an acidic formula. This comes in and takes everything off, and then it's rinsed with an alkaline material. Gives you some passivation there. So it protects the surface in a different manner. Back to the one-step products, they're used in abrasive, UHP, and things like this. They will not give you the cost savings that this product will give.
Absolutely. So that brings me to another question then. If there's a project that where they're using these types of products already, can this product swoop in and fix the issues and
Definitely.
be used over what's being used already?
Yes, I mean, none of those products, this is the thing when we're talking about the 200, none of those products, if you use any of the competitors' products or ours, and you're vapor blasting, it comes a rainstorm, none of that stuff is going to resist flash rusting. Okay, so you got to come back out and rework that situation. With our product, you can come out there and bring everything back to square one and start a paint out when the weather conditions allow. So that's the game changer.
Game changer, absolutely. Now, can you explain to us the reasoning behind the reduction of price on the 100 product?
Well, our products are sold as, first of all, let me answer that by saying we did extensive research on what the competitors' pricing are. That's my job, to look at the competitors' pricing and give the customers the best customer service and the best product. That's what we did. We're probably 40% lower on the Vapor Blast product pricing than anybody else. So that was the thoughts behind it, Jeremy.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate those answers. I believe we've got some other questions that are either flowing in from email or there were some attendees that couldn't make it that emailed some questions in. So we'll open the door to those.
Crickets.
Crickets. Technical difficulties. Live stream. This is what you get.
Hey, Jeremy, we've got some questions coming in on the availability of 200.
The availability of the 200 product.
Well, that's a good and timely question. A truckload will arrive in Houston today, and a truckload will arrive in Lafayette, Louisiana tomorrow.
Awesome.
And we have put a lot of capital expenditure into raw materials to make sure that we can maintain these products throughout the year.
Awesome. Yes, sir. All right. Any other questions flowing in?
And we've got another question that's flowed in. Our press release says that our product significantly reduced the carbon footprint. Can you explain how that happens?
So reducing the carbon footprint on a project, I'm assuming the question is geared towards if you plan with the 200 product and the system as an entirety, how does that reduce carbon footprint on a project?
Well, it can significantly reduce the carbon footprint, and the reason why is we look to save somebody all of their weather days in a year. So all of that rework that goes into those weather days, the compressors running, the diesel pressure washers running, the ultra high pressure water blasting machines, all of that, if you reduce the times that they run repetitiously for rework, you've considerably reduced that footprint.
Absolutely.
I'm going to say as much as 40% and 40% of the rework that goes
Absolutely.
on, in weather days a year.
And bringing all the big air back in to reblast if needed. And yeah, absolutely. Makes a lot of
It's
sense.
significant, Jeremy, very significant.
Absolutely. And that undoubtedly can go towards the books on that project for the turnover packages for the emissions reports and everything involved in the project.
All of it. I mean, there's so much that can happen for a contractor, especially, lump sum contractors, they love the concept of this product because if they've got half the side of a tank blasted, like I was alluding to a while ago, and a rain shower comes in, that's all rework. That's all abrasive that's going out there again. They can come back in when the weather clears and they can apply our product and paint out. These contractors get paid on percentage complete. This is their livelihoods. So a product coming in like this with the quality factors and the efficiency factors, it's a no-brainer for the large contractors.
Absolutely. And therefore, for the owner as well, because the owner doesn't have to put up with the, giving weather days back and all the stuff that comes along with the project management portion. All right, great questions.
We have another question coming in, and they're wanting to know if a contractor is near any type of waterways, are these products environmentally safe?
Oh, great question. So if there's a waterway that a contractor needs to use this product on to save whatever's happened, can the runoff from the system go into that waterway and into the ground?
Of course, you know, with best management practice, every effort should be made to contain our products from going into water. But in the event it does go into water unintentionally, yes, they will not harm the environment.
Awesome. Absolutely.
Okay, we've got another question coming in. A contractor has used some rust inhibitors in the past and run into problems with their equipment, especially the pot and the valves. How does the 100 eliminate that?
Okay, so question is, how does the 100 stop deposits in the UHP equipment and the vapor blasting equipment? There's a question geared towards that because there was a contractor that was having issues with that, and they were using other products in the market, and it was causing these deposits.
Well, that's pretty easy too. Our 100 product does not have anything that deposits. The competitors have triethanolamine, which is a soapy, oily liquid that goes in their product that will deposit on different parts. The other competitor has sodium persulfate. In itself, if you're reducing salt, how can you be putting sodium persulfate on the surface? Ours does not have that. So there are ceramic rods that go in a UHP on the triplex pump end that go through dynamic seals. If it's any depositing going in on that, they will scar them and wear them out. To rebuild the wet end of those pumps and go through the abrasive equipment that has stuff deposited on it is costly for everybody. The people that are renting the equipment, the contractor, the asset owner, it becomes a big headache.
Awesome. Yeah, and great to have you here to answer those questions, given your extensive knowledge on that equipment, man. I really appreciate that. Any other questions coming in?
We've got another one rolling in right now. What kind of training will CRW and Corrosion Innovations provide the end user if we decide to use your product?
So for the end user, is there any training program that's going to be offered that we'll be launching?
Yes, there is going to be training that we're going to launch for, not as extensive on the 100, but on the 200. It's going to be learning. A lot of the asset owners are behind this training. We're running into problems with COVID, but we've invested in the Microsoft HoloLens so we can do remote training. But yes, training is going to be a big factor. We've got an extensive training syllabus that we're going to go through. We're going to issue the guys certificates.
Awesome. Wonderful.
We've got one final question, and we're going to wrap this up. How can they find a distributor near them?
How can you find a distributor near me?
Well, the major distributors now are stocking the product. So I can't really answer that question other than visit our website, visit CRW's website, and you'll see where the product's at. But it's hitting the market soon.
Awesome. Great. Thank you so much for being here, Marlon.
Thank
I
you,
really
Jeremi.
appreciate your time, sir. Thank you. Thank you guys for